Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing I'm going to be ranking the fuck man, it feels so weird. It's like something's stuck in my ear. Wait. I'm going to be reviewing I'm going to be ranking the X Trilogy. Ty West, how do you say his name? The I'm gonna be ranking his X Trilogy or whatever. The movies are X, Pearl, and MaXXXine, and I'm gonna be ranking the 3 movies that we have in this trilogy, in my opinion, from the worst movie in my opinion, or the one that I least enjoyed or least appreciated, or whatever it can be, to the best movie that I think in this trilogy. So yeah. Alright, and now this is quite funny because this is like the highest out of all the movies, and usually everyone's number 1, but I always gotta have hot takes. That's just who I am. No, but number 3 for me is going to be Pearl, and I just want to say, I don't think any of the movies in this trilogy is bad. I mean, even Pearl, even this movie that I have in the bottom of my ranking of these 3 movies, I still think is a good movie. I still think it's a good movie. So the positives that I have with this movie, though, is that, you know, Mia Goth's acting performance. I mean, I think that Mia Goth's performance in all of these 3 movies in this trilogy, she's just a standout because she has an amazing performance, and probably her best performance is in this movie, in Pearl, and she's just like a scream queen, literally. Not in like when you talk about Final Girls and stuff, but I mean, her acting in this movie is just so amazing. It's so good. It's really, really, really good. And I don't really know what to say. So her acting in this movie is amazing, really, really good. And the character she's playing she's also just playing a great character. Not as she's a great character in the movie, as she's like, oh yeah, I'm really kind to everyone. This is a slasher movie, and maybe I shouldn't spoil anything unless you have already seen spoilers, but I'm going to tell you spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so Mia Goth / Pearl is the killer in this movie. I mean, it's a slash movie, but what just kind of made this movie, why I have this movie in the bottom of my ranking of all of these 3 movies in this trilogy, is that while Mia Goth's performance is outstanding and everyone's other performance is outstanding, just where this movie's set in, this movie's like set in, like, I don't know, I think it's like the 1800s or something, or like, I don't really remember, but this is kind of like a backstory, kind of a prequel, kind of, I guess. But then when you've got the movie MaXXXine, it's obviously that it takes place after X, and Pearl is kind of like a prequel and stuff that what happened before X. But what kind of just makes this movie, why I have it on, I don't think I have to explain, is that I kind of just think it's, even though Mia Goth's acting, even though like everyone's acting in this movie is amazing and stuff, and you know, you've got some pretty damn good kills here and stuff like that, I do think, first of all, I think that the movie is a bit slow. I wouldn't say it's too slow. It's definitely something I can handle. You know, there has been a lot of movies that I've seen which I think are too long, and movies that I just think are pretty boring. I mean, even movies like movies that not a lot of things are happening. Basically, like, you know, what my parents at least at least like to call quality films, like The Godfather and stuff. I mean, I love The Godfather. The Godfather 1 and 2, those are only Godfather movies that I've seen, but both of those movies I think are incredible. I don't care about the pace or anything, you know, I could give the movies like a 1 out of 5 just because of the pace, but that's just, if the movie had a lot more going on, it wouldn't be a great movie, because you kind of have to learn about these characters and and stuff. So, but I did think that this movie right here was a bit slow, but that's fine. And, you know, I probably don't even have that as a negative, maybe because maybe this movie will actually be worse if it was a bit faster and stuff. But another thing is that I kind of just think that this is, even though there's a lot of things that makes this movie stand out and kind of makes this a special slasher movie, is that it's still just kind of a slasher. It's nothing crazy, you know. It's about this girl becoming insane and just kind of a psycho and stuff in the movie. So it has a little bit of that, but at the same time, it's kind of just a slasher movie. You know, it's not like Michael Myers and Jason. It's not like the Friday the 13th movies or the Halloween movies. It's got more I think it's got like more story to that and stuff, but it's still just kind of a slash movie. And I also thought that there was a bit of missed potential, and like there were some scenes that when the characters were talking or when Mia Goth was being crazy and stuff, and I was just thinking, let me guess, there's going to be a kill. There's going to be a kill, right? And yes, there was a kill. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say, but it's kind of just a bit of a normal slasher movie for me. And I do think it's a bit slow, but definitely something that I can handle. That's probably not even a negative for me in the movie. But, I don't really know what to say. So, just kind of feels a bit too much like a slasher movie for me. And I did think that there were some things that could be better when it came to like and there's some dumb decisions made by characters in this movie, and there's a lot of quite predictable kills and stuff. And I think that this character can do this too. You know, when a character, there's a few scenes in this movie, like right before, I think that this is going to be a spoiler. I'll say that it's a spoiler, so click off the video now if you want, because I'm going to get into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. You know, just about like when Mia Goth is about to, or just before Mia Goth's character Pearl or whatever, or MaXXXine or whatever, is about to kill someone, you always, it's a bit like a scene, it's a bit like, it feels like, it's a bit like when in some other slasher movie where you shoot the killer or whatever, and the killer's just a bit like Michael Myers, when the killer's on the ground, finish the killer off, but no, the character sits and cries in a corner or something crazy, I don't know, and you could have finished the killer off, and you shot the killer like one time or whatever, and then the killer may be like lying on the ground a bit slow and, you know, is moaning a bit and doing like, not feeling that great, but still the killer's not dead, but then the character like doesn't want to shoot the killer. So it feels a bit like that. Or another example, when there's when you're watching like an action movie or whatever, and there's these two people fighting, or it could be literally a bit like whatever, it could be like a lightsaber duel in Star Wars or whatever, when you're fighting someone with the lightsabers or whatever, and then out of nowhere, I don't know, it's Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, they just start talking, and it's like, you will never have the power, have as much power as me if you do this or whatever. I don't know, they can say whatever, and they just hold the lightsabers, and just, I think that any of you watching this video has seen that in the movie before, one of those scenes. But So, and then you're just like, all right, Darth Vader is bringing up the, or this random villain, this random person is bringing up the, I don't know, go to hell or whatever. Or they start talking about something completely random in, like, when they're fighting really much, and then they kind of hold maybe the lightsabers. There's one lightsaber here and like that, and then you hear that when it's like a lightsaber duel, and then they look each other in the eye and they hold it like this, and they're like, you have lost, or whatever they say. Like, there's an easy way to kill the person. You know that, right? So yeah, and it just felt a bit like that in the movie, that before Mia Goth was gonna kill someone, you were just like, all right, do it now before it's too late, before the person runs away or something. If you want to kill the person, do it now. Don't do it, because don't wait any longer, because otherwise persons can like run away or do something. So there was a bit of moments in that movie, but you know, horror movies, they have to have a bit of the stupid decisions in them and a bit of horror cliches and stuff. Otherwise, I mean, it could be an amazing horror movie then, I guess, but that's kind of what makes a horror movie special. And yes, I'm talking about specifically horror movies now, because horror movies is a movie genre that has is a genre in movies that has, where a lot of movies in that genre have a lot of cliches, horror movie cliches, whatever. So yeah, I'll stop talking now. Let's just, and my number 2 is going to be MaXXXine, the newest movie and in this trilogy, and the last movie in this trilogy. Yeah, but MaXXXine, this is I really, really like it that all of these movies, when it comes to X, Pearl, and MaXXXine, that a lot of the movies have very different stories. I mean, X is about this, like, it's set in like the 70s or something, I think, and then it's these people that are going to film an adult film or whatever, and then there's these old people, and if you haven't seen the movie, then I'm gonna not spoil anything right now, but otherwise I don't really know why you're watching this video, because it'll be easier to watch this video if you've seen all the movies. But I'm sorry, I'll shut up. Let me just talk about MaXXXine now. Positives with MaXXXine is that I think that the 80s thingy, my god, my ear feels so weird. It's hard to concentrate in the video when okay. I think that this 80s style, tone, whatever the hell you want to say, in this movie MaXXXine, they did that really, really well. I mean, I think you've got like, VHS stores or whatever and stuff. You've got just a lot of things that is a bit of like a throwback to the 80s. And I think that they did that really well in this movie, so I don't think I have to say that much else. And I just like the story of this movie quite a lot. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that much, but all these 3 movies in this trilogy are pretty damn different to each other, and there's not a lot of horror franchises that do that, and not a lot of horror trilogies that do that, but I can't think of that many horror trilogies actually. But so MaXXXine, I just kind of really appreciated how they did this different thing, and you've got some great actors in here too that play the roles of the characters really well. So yeah, and I really, really dug this like kind of Night Stalker, this kind of like crime mystery thingy kind of, and it was very interesting to me to kind of have something very unexpected and something pretty new. So yeah, another positive that I have with MaXXXine is that I think that I think that this trilogy ends in a good way. I don't think I would maybe call it like a great way. I mean, there were a few things in MaXXXine in this movie that were kind of left to be, some things that they left in the end of the movie, like, oh, I wonder what could have happened, whatever, when the movie's ended or whatever. But I thought that the ending of this movie and just the ending of this trilogy, I thought was pretty good. You know, it wasn't a disappointing ending or anything. So, yeah, it wasn't great, but it was good. So, yeah, and I don't really know what to say that much else. I think this movie, I do appreciate some kills in this movie. I mean, this movie doesn't have anywhere near as many kills as X and Pal does, but it still has kills in it. So, and the kills that we did get were pretty damn good. So, yeah, and Mia Goth is also a star in this movie. She's a star in this movie, and she's and as her acting and stuff, and she's also just a star in the movie.
Oh, I'm a star! Please, I'm a star! I'm sorry, it's too late.
So yeah, I don't really know what to say. I thought that this was a very good movie. And not just, I mean, I'll just shut the hell up. Let me just get into my number one. And my number one movie, my favorite movie, and in my favorite movie at least, and the movie I prefer the most, or whatever the hell you want to say, in this trilogy of movies and Ty West's Ty West, I think his X Trilogy. Out of all these 3 movies that I have ranked, or the 2 movies I've ranked so far, and now I'm going to rank the 3rd movie, this is my favourite movie in the X Trilogy. The one I prefer the most, whatever the hell you want to say, and that's going to be the only movie left. The only movie that we have not talked about, and that's X, obviously. So, I don't really know what to say. Just a great movie. And I just kind of, this is going to sound very weird and very messed up and maybe fucked up or whatever, but I kind of appreciated the kind of story of this movie, and not because it's just gross sex things or whatever, but because, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, am I allowed to say this word on YouTube? I have no idea. Porn. Yeah, not that I appreciate that, not that I feel like, ooh, fancy, or not that I feel like, oh, finally, some porn in a horror movie, finally. We haven't gotten that until, like, the hell do I know, 80s slashers, 80s, 90s slashers, no, just kidding, no, but I just thought that the kind of story of this movie was pretty unique, and it was pretty creepy. Because, full-on spoilers if you haven't seen this movie, but I'm going to get into spoilers and very soon, and if you haven't seen this movie, then, excuse me, I'm going to get into spoilers very soon, and if you haven't seen this movie yet, then, I don't know, so I'm going to get into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I really just like this kind of story that these elderly people, these old people who are in this kind of place, field, I don't fucking know, farm or whatever, just how they kind of I don't even know how to explain it, alright? I just thought it was really creepy. And just feeling, yeah, okay, I'm still talking about spoilers. I'll tell you when I've stopped talking about spoilers or anything. I don't think that will, never mind. But just how these old people, they just they just feel like they just completely think about sex and stuff when they see these teenagers having sex and stuff. So, and it's just, it's really creepy, and in a way, and you know, there's just something about the characters in this movie that, like, you kind of don't like the characters just because, I don't know, they're gross and stuff, but you also kind of do like the characters, you know, because they play, like, kind of different roles. You've got this, I don't remember, it was a quite long time ago I saw this movie, so I don't remember that much, but you've got this, guy with a mustache, and he's got, like, I don't know, you've got this black guy with a mustache, who's one of the main characters in the movie. I don't remember what what the actor's name is or what he's called in the movie, and he's kind of this, I don't know, I kind of remember him being, like, a bit funny and a bit, like, comedic or something. And then you've got Jenna Ortega, who's playing this, kind of the person who films this porn, and it's just, and then she's, like, kind of not allowed to be within it and stuff, and it's a bit weird, and she just kind of feels like this shy girl and stuff. And then you've got Pearl or Maxine, whatever, Mia Goth, probably the main character in this movie, that is basically just, I know, a badass, cool girl.
You're a kidnapping, murdering sex fiend. I'm a fucking star. The whole world is gonna know my name.
Say it with me now.
I will not accept a life I do not
I
deserve.
do not deserve.
But so I kind of liked it, seeing, like, these different characters. I thought that the story, I thought, was very good, and it was just, it was very extreme and stuff. I do think that the movie was a bit slow, and but that's not really, but that's probably not even a negative for me in the movie. I don't know why I'm bringing it up if it's not a negative, but I don't know, the movie was a bit slow for me. And, you know, slow-paced movies can be, I think that this is a movie that I have to rewatch, but, yeah, but slow-paced movies, there's some slow-paced movies out there that I love, so the pace in movies doesn't really bother me that much, but, I just thought this movie was creepy with these old people, just kind of, like, wanting to have sex and stuff, and it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but and then, like, spying on these people and stuff, and this movie has some creepy moments, you know. It's a fucked up movie, and it has, I do think that, I don't really know what to say. It's just kind of the movie I prefer the most. Do I mind the sex/porn or whatever? I don't know, I guess so. Yeah, so it's basically just, I think, the movie I like the most, and my favourite in this trilogy, and the one that I have the least negatives with. So, yeah, do you all want me to do a little, and I'll read more in the description, or fuck, I can't talk. Read more. If you want to know more about my thoughts and stuff like that, I don't know, read more. You can read some more. You can check the description of this video where it will say, where I will put in my my ratings and stuff of these 3 movies and stuff. So yeah. Thank you for watching.